On the outskirts of the Indonesian capital, yet another family has lost a relative to COVID-19. Wake up, she cries. Please don't sleep. It's the last time she will ever see her father. As Indonesia struggles through this surge in COVID-19 deaths, there are too many grieving families and not enough workers to help bury the dead.
All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH, the Heavenly Father, in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Earthly Mother, sanctifying YAHAWAH, Holy Son. Brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, welcome. This is your humble servant, Biglevi, and today is Monday, July the 19th, 2021, and it's currently 1:16 a.m. Beloved brothers and sisters, peace be with you. May peace be unto you. There be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace, beloved brothers and sisters. Be at peace. Today, we are here. We are gathering here to give the Most High glory because of all those things that He's been doing in this face of this earth. The things that they lie to us, and they say all those things want to be Jacob's trouble, and we are going to be invaded by the UN, the beast. The mark of the beast is going to be the RFID chip. It's going to be forced upon you. You can't go anywhere. You can't buy any food if you don't have the mark of the beast. So far, a lot of our brothers and sisters, we went pretty much everywhere. We buy whatever we please with cash, credit cards, and anything. So far, none of those prophecies are false. They are fallacies. And even if you, I'm not advertising our people to get quote unquote the shot. Even if you get quote unquote this thing, you can go ahead anywhere, you can buy anything. You don't need to get it to actually buy stuff. So a lot of the things that that the priesthood of Mahan set up, and the churches, they set up those things, and the camps, those are lies. Now you're seeing this thing is not done by the elite, is not orchestrated by the elite. It is done by the Mosai. That is why you see what you're seeing now, and you see a comeback of this plague. And understand this, the Mosai always put something in it in the videos. He's always put things in there for us just to show that He is there. For instance, in the ambulance that you're seeing here, there is a number 9210. If you add them together, it equals 12. F for the 12 tribe. He always put things in there, brothers, and let us know that He is doing this. Now, one of the main reasons why I started with this is because I want the nation to know that this plague is sent by the Heavenly Father. And now, as you can see, beloved, as you can see, sister and brethren, and the children, they are blaming, quote unquote, a certain social media network. Now, why they are blaming this social media network? They are blaming it because it's kind of like a hub where our people come to congregate. It's like a place that our people come and just chill. They didn't do anything. They are not causing this. Well, we told you even before those scumbags, they're gonna find a way to blame it on our people. Oh, hey, or this social media group of people are spreading false information. You people are the masters of spreading false information. You people are the inventors of false information. You swagger jack pretty much everything that we do. And then now you folks coming back and try to blame what we do, what you did on us. You fell. You said before July 4th of this year, you will have 75% of your population in this thing. Not only that, you claim that your stuff was 100% good. You claim that your crack was 100% effective. And then now a lot of people with this crack system, they are catching hell. And then you told them, well, you're lucky that you had this thing in your system, it would have been worse. Wait a minute, I should have never had it. You say this thing would have protected me, and it didn't. Beloved, we are seeing in this time and this latter day, people think when the last day mean now. No. The countdown to last day begin when you scumbags put your dirty, filthy feet on our holy land. The countdown begin when you had your blessing. You had 400 years. Many other nations had a little bit of that 400 years. Right, you got what they call now the American, you got the British, you got the Spanish, the Spaniards, the French, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Korean, all of you Ishmaelites, the Elamites, all of you had a little bit of this 400 years. And now it is up, it is time for you to pay. Now, we see those people over there in Indonesia, they were boasting about how they avoid this plague. And now they are suffering the same thing that India suffered in May. And we are going to go through certain videos. We're going to show you the might of the Most High. He is visiting this earth. He is visiting these places. And you can see he is not touching a group of people. He only touched a certain people. Why is that? Because this is not Jacob's trouble, this is Esau's trouble, aka the Gentiles' tribulation and the 2/3 punishment. Make no mistake, brothers, even though they are quote unquote the 2/3, the Gentiles are not allowed to touch them. If the Gentile touch a 2/3 right now, it's gonna be hell upon them. They see that. They saw that with aka George Floyd. They saw that with a bunch of other brethren, and they understand now something is wrong. That's why right now you see certain things, but you haven't seen the police doing certain stuff to our brothers again. They still do it, but it's not that common anymore. Because they are realizing slowly but surely that the Most High says stop it. The 2/3, most of them are under the curse of Joab. What is the curse of Joab? The curse of Joab is King David, put a curse on Joab because Joab, he did so much. In the book of the Throne of David and also in the book of the Chronicles in the Bible, you will read that Joab, in the book of the Throne of David, give more details, more things. And you can see that in this book that Joab, actually, he murdered a lot of people. He murdered Abner. Abner was a righteous man. And then when he murdered Abner, King David put a curse on him. He said, you, Joab, the descendant of the Joabites, not the Moabites, the folks, the brethren that come from Joab, your children will be cursed. They will kill each other. They will kill their brethren. They will kill their brothers at a very young age. They will murder each other for no reason because of what Joab did to Abner and Abner's brother and the whole 9 yards. And David's son, Absalom, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I say this wrong. So the curse of Joab is in the midst of Chicago. Okay? A lot of the what you're calling Chicagoan or Chicagonite or the folks that are brethren in Chicago, they are descendant of Joab. That is why you see they are killing each other at a very young age. Jackson, Florida. Okay? A bunch of descendant of Joab. A bunch of those quote-unquote rappers, they are descendant of Joab. That's why they are taking each other's out very quickly and at a very young age. Those guys never reach 25. Or better yet, 30. It's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, somewhat 20. They're under this curse. Beloved, let us go through this video. Let us see how the Most High is bringing judgment upon this earth.
Some communities are now relying on volunteers.
Jujur kita tidak menerima bayaran. We don't receive any payment. We do our job from the heart.
He cleans the bodies and also drives coffins to the cemetery.
The number of death is so high here, so this is what we can do to help the families.
So now you understand this thing is no joke and this thing is not a game. So the number are so high, the number of death is so high. Look, they really don't care about the infected, how many people that are infected, but they do care about how many people that are dying. And then it is so high that they don't get paid for this. They just do this for the, with the goodness of their hearts.
They work from morning to night. Every day they see more families in anguish.
So what you're seeing here, it's called the first plague, okay? It's called sorrow, all right? This is this woman, she's in sorrow because of plague number 8, which is a pestilence, okay? Is among them, is upon them. And all those things are happening because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 100 years. And also, that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And they are judging them to the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. Those people were part of Psalm 83. Those Moabites descendant, because a lot of them, Moab and Ammon, the Chinese and the Japanese, those are the offshoot of those people, the so-called Asian. Now they put the Elamites as Asian to confuse people. Okay, they were a part of this. That is why you see this thing is heavy upon them. All right?
Seeing the conditions of these families, I feel in my heart a need to help them. I think about them even after I get home.
This is just one of many COVID-19 burial sites in Indonesia.
Okay, so this is a burial, a cemetery. This is specifically for this issue. And you can see it, beloved. You can see it. This is no joke. How could you sit there? How could you stand there and say this is Jacob's trouble? How could you stand there and then give our people fear and let them stay in a low vibration? Peace be with you, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. The 400 years is up. Rejoice, be joyful, give the Father praises and glory. Fast, pray, repent, repeat. Uncover your heart and follow the Heavenly Father.
At all hours, hearses and ambulances queue up with more bodies to be buried. As doctors are forced to turn away sick people, more people are dying alone in their homes, and most never had the chance to be treated in hospital.
So this is the same thing that happened in India. Remember, in May, the folks that were more people died in their home than people that die in the hospital. And the people that die in the hospital, those are the ones that they counted. The folks that die in their home or anywhere else, they really don't count them. Remember one of the dudes, the hospital refused them and he died in an ambulance, and you had a dog. You got 2 dogs came in and eating his dead body. They were feasting upon his flesh. So that's what happened here.
As the death toll rises, COVID-19 burial sites are overwhelmed, and gravediggers have to work well into the night to keep up with demand. Indonesia's COVID-19 fatality rate is the highest in Southeast Asia. But experts warn the government's data doesn't reveal the extent of the crisis.
We predict that the real number of those who died from COVID-19 should be 3 to 5 times higher.
That is what the horses, they say right out their mouth, okay? 3 to 5 times. Because this thing is taking so many people out. And again, like we said, you see, Indonesia, there's a place in Indonesia called Bali. Okay, let's get that right quick to get that out of the way. Okay, take Genesis 15, verse 13. Bali, Indonesia, if I'm not mistaken.
Here is some information about Bali. Bali is an Indonesian island known for its forested volcanic mountains, iconic rice paddies, beaches, and coral reefs.
Okay, so the GPD, okay, the GPD of is it in Bali? Let me see. Normal capital 4,013th in Indonesia. Okay, the GPD of Bali for 2019 was $58.39 billion. Bali, okay, $58 billion. Bali is a place for vacation. Gentiles like to go there. You saw those guys on their YouTube channel. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, we're in Bali right now. We're enjoying this, we're enjoying that. This is Bali. All in. Don't be fooled. Those people, this land is not theirs. Those things, they didn't build the structures. We have a brother in Bali. All those beautiful stuff are not their stuff, are not their land. Okay? Now, why would those people, I'm not quite sure if this is the, oops, let me see the GDP of Indonesia first. What is the GDP of Indonesia for 2019?
1.119 trillion United States dollars, 2019.
So the GDP was $1 trillion in 2019. Okay? What is the GDP for Bali in 2019?
According to Wikipedia, gross domestic
GDP
product is a monetary
2019 for
measure of the
Bali.
market value of. According to NOMA, in 2019, GDP per capita for Bali was 37,534,000 rupiahs.
Okay, so rupees. Well, whatever that money is, 52 billion. 52 billion. Okay, so do you think those people, okay, in Bali, pulling 52 billion, whatever money they are pulling, every year, they will agree this greenish, lush, beautiful land? Do you really think that they will really like those people coming over there and then messed up their vacation and then lose that 58 billion because they want to bring a new world order? Because they want to bring the new world order. Who's going to be the new world order? Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Ryan Buffett, the elites. You mean those guys that are now on top, they're going to be on top again? Yeah, that's what that is. They were in the shadow, now they're coming. Well, since when those guys were in the shadow? Those dudes come out there, they boasted about their wealth all the time. We know who those guys are. It is the Most High. Now, because of this thing, he released upon the face of this earth. Let us give him glory, beloved. Let us witness. Is that thing even recorded? Did I even say this? All right, it is recorded. I don't know if it's low. If it's too low, beloved, forgive me. It is this mic. I only know this when I'm checking it back. So, all right, let us go to the next videos and see what's going on.
Here we go again. The mask mandate is back. Starting today, everyone has to wear a face covering when they're indoors in LA County. All right, KCAL 9's Hermela Argawi is live in downtown LA with the details. Here we go again, right? This new restriction, Hermela.
Yes, good morning, Tom. Yeah, here we go again is right. Unfortunately, this is really familiar to all of us. It's just been a while since that mask mandate has been in effect. This is essentially the first full day since the county is now starting to require masks indoors, and it being Sunday morning. Churches all across the county, including Cathedral of Our Lady of Angels here, will be one of the first places of gathering that will have to deal with that mandate. But of course, they're not the only one. Many.
So again, we have no real comment on this, but certain people are very proud. The moment things start dipping, that means they won. That means everything is working. Listen, I was doing some research on certain things. If you come up with this quote-unquote solution that you advertise as 100%, efficiency, efficacy, if the efficacy was at 100%, so it would have taken you at least a year for this thing to go to flatlining to say this thing works. This ain't even last 90 days. This ain't even last 90 days. Now things are spiking, and then you like, oh, this and this and that. Oh, Facebook. Oh, this is their fault. You know, most people that are not taking the vax, they're on Facebook. You know how stupid you sound? You know how stupid that is? You know how backward that is? Well, would not expect this for one of those buck-toothed monsters. You know how backward that is? To blame a social media because, oh, I don't know, you fail. You people are too proud. The moment this thing was going down, you made it known that victory lap, we won. And we told you, you are dealing with the Heavenly Father. You can't win.
Many businesses like restaurants and grocery stores will now have to require masks indoors regardless of vaccination status. And this coming just about a month.
There you go. Regardless of your vax status. Wait a minute. You guys told me if I take this thing, not only it won't get close to me, but I would not be able to, but I shouldn't be wearing this thing that took away my freedom of rights.
After the state's economy fully reopened, and it's because of the Delta variant that appears to be spreading pretty quickly all across the country, and including here in LA County.
So 30 days after they reopen everything, and the Most High says, shut it down. Now, beloved brothers and sisters, it is up to their pride. It is up to them now to say, well, you know what? Well, the economy is already down there in a septic tank. So are we going to let our pride do the rest? Or what is it? What should we do? Should we do this, and should we shut down again and then give everybody a 2G's stimulus check every single month until this thing is over? Because that's what you were supposed to do. That's what you were supposed to do, but yet you people are acting like your paper money worth some hish. No, it's not.
The county health officials have decided to bring back that mandate. In the beginning, about a month ago, there was a lot of confusion about whether or not you could take off your mask indoors, and it appears just about a week of people really feeling comfortable and it being commonplace that they didn't have to wear it, that this now mask mandate is back in place. We spoke to some businesses about what they think about the change. Let's listen.
Why do I have to be the one telling them what to do and what not to do? You know, that's not coming from me. I don't make those rules.
We need to do it to protect. Plus, I have coworkers that are high-risk pregnancy.
Now, this is a very familiar conversation, right?
So, this is, this is their numbers. I'm not quite sure. I have no opinion on that. Let me just watch this.
Business owners having to deal with the enforcement of changes about mask mandate, but this is coming on the heels of the Delta variant spreading quite quickly and contributing to an increase in the number of new cases in the county. So health officials say this is just what they have to do to keep people safe right now. Back out here now at the Cathedral of Our Lady of Angels, Mass begins at 7 a.m. We are starting to see people trickle in, so we hope to speak with them to see if they do know about this new mask mandate and how they feel about it.
So yeah, and you will have those people, oh, you're not taking up my freedom and stuff. Yeah, man, the Most High is taking everything away from you. Next video. Should we read the comment? Let me check the comment. Lockdown coming back. Woohoo! All right, let's see.
Lakota children returned home to their native land. Their story is a long and painful one, stretching back over 140 years.
There's going to be a lot of sadness here today.
Beginning in 1879, Native children from the Lakota and other tribes were sent to government-run boarding schools. The first group embarked on steamships from this point on the Missouri River.
Okay, so well, that's the code word. Oh, they were sent like for a boarding school. No, they were sent for to serve slavery on a ship. That's what that is.
Headed for a government school in faraway Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
A lot of the kids were probably, this was the last place they saw their parents. They brought them here and got on a boat.
Tens of thousands of Native children entered boarding schools. The project was meant to assimilate, to destroy Native language, culture, and religion, and to turn the young people into model Christian Americans.
There you go. Swagger jacking, stealing their identity, you know. This is all prophecy right there. Okay? Look at this dark-skinned black woman right there. It's just the clothes that make them look like, oh, hey, they're not, it's just a clothes. Okay, look at this dude. Okay, look at his clothes. It make him into, wait a minute. No, that's not a black woman. That's a dude. Okay, is that what that is? I don't want to make a mistake here. Okay, that's like when he was quote unquote a brother, and then they made him reject all those things and making his hair straight, cut his hair off, and then now he's looking like a good Christian fellow. Okay, that's when they were forcing the mark of the beast upon our people, and those little children that die, they didn't want to take the mark of the beast. That's when we were in our Jacob's trouble. That's when the Antichrist came in, and then he founded his school, his Christian school. He said his two things. If you're not a Christian, you cannot, if you don't receive my mark, you will not be able to buy, sell, and go anywhere. You have to come to my school. I will teach you. I will take your brain and mold it into my own liking so you can do my bidding.
But many did not survive the school's harsh regime of maltreatment, neglect, and disease.
No, they were beating them, killing them, raping them, and do all sort of things because they did not want to take the mark of the beast, which was their philosophy, their Christianity, their way of life. That has nothing to do, oh, it was too harsh and stuff. No, they offer them, they say, listen, reject the Most High and then come walk for us, walk with us, be with us. And they didn't want to, and then they murdered them.
For decades, the Lakota children lay buried in Carlisle's cemetery, but they were never forgotten. After years of effort to properly
okay, you can see the ribbon of blue. Okay.
Identify the remains and then carefully exhume them, children, including Little Hawk, Hollow Horn Bear, Strikes First, Swift Bear, and others who left so long ago, are surrounded by their people once more.
That's what we want for those kids, and for them to come home.
Does it make you feel emotional?
Yeah.
And I despise when those people are doing this. Or did that make you feel emotional? Yeah, okay, all right. You got jokes? All right then.
Kind of hurts, you know, but I'm really happy.
Young Lakota reflect on the hardships their relatives endured.
I would have been full of terror. I would have been full of... I would expect nothing but death, to be honest. It's almost a nauseating feeling to...
Okay, so those are our children, and they murdered them. Okay, because they in the process of making them accepting the mark of the beast, a lot of them died. This was prophecy. And you cannot bring this garbage again upon our people. It won't work.
To realize what these kids been through.
The children's remains were placed on the ground inside a specially constructed teepee. There, surrounded by relatives and religious leaders, they were welcomed home in a private prayer ceremony.
Later, the entire community gathered as the remains were laid out, wrapped in buffalo hides, and surrounded by sacred sage. People prayed long into the night. The homecoming is an event of enormous emotional and spiritual importance to his people, says organizer Russell Eaglebear.
There's a reawakening of our people. And
you got that right.
And that's important. You know, we can't be living in grief all the time.
Which means in fear. That's why the Most High sent us the opal fish. Rejoice. He is coming. All those things are happening for a reason.
And on the following day, the children were laid to rest in the local cemetery, home at last, in the land where they belong.
You don't say. You do not say. All right. Yeah, there you go. Oh, sad. My great-grandparents had to go through this. Yeah. All of a sudden, a lot of you guys are coming out of the woods now. Closure.
In other breaking news this morning, an 8-year-old boy is recovering after he was shot in the leg while on the city's south side. This happened just after 1 o'clock this morning. The boy was riding in a car with a 28-year-old man near 83rd and Honoré in Gresham. That's when someone in a black SUV shot them. The man was hit in the back, treated at a hospital, and released. The boy was taken to Christ Hospital. He is expected to be okay.
Christ Hospital? Is that what that is? Okay, all right. All praises to the Most High. Plague number 5, brethren.
Rallies in support of those protests have simultaneously happened all over the state, including Central Florida. This morning, Cuban-American journalist George Diaz is here to talk about the movement and the experiences his family had before coming to the U.S. George, thanks for joining us. Great to see you.
Great to be here.
You know, let's take me back to when you were 4 years old and your family left Cuba. What was that like? What do you remember about that? And have you been back since?
Well, not a lot I can remember as a 4-year-old. You know, I have a hard time remembering, what I had for lunch yesterday sometimes. But obviously it was, as I put the pieces together through the eyes of my family, both my parents who are now deceased. I have 2 siblings, including an older sister who's been.
So what's happening over there in Cuba, for those of you who are not aware of this, there's a protest, and again, all around the world. The Most High is making those places, all our lands, he's making unrest on them, and then he's shaking down the lands, okay, shaking down where we have powerful ley lines. Remember, one of the main reasons why the quote-unquote the Chinese are in Africa, they're not in Africa because they love the African. They're not over there to do anything. They're there to draw the power. Why the American and stuff are in there in Haiti right now, and they will invade with the military. They're there to draw the power that we have in the land. So you got those people, and then they came from they were in our land, and then they came here in our land again, and then they think it's pretty much the same thing. This is the Most High calling them into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and he's going to destroy them. And the United States say, okay, well, Cuba is like right there. Russia say, you touch them, I'll break your hand. We'll see. Because Cuba is part of the Holy Land, where Noah had his vineyard. So we'll see. We'll see what will happen. So there's protests, a lot of things. And I don't like to listen to those guys because they always take things and then say something else about it.
Other breaking news to tell you about this morning. A man is seriously hurt after he's shot while walking in River North. We know the victim is in his 20s. Police say he was on Hubbard near Clark Street just before 3 o'clock this morning. That's when someone on the street started shooting at him and then ran off. The man was hit in the stomach and is in serious condition.
All praises to the Most High. Plague number 5, destruction by the sword. Okay, all praises.
First official mega fire of 2021, consuming over 97,000 hectares.
80-year-old couple out there that have worked their whole lives for a home, and we go and save it.
The bootleg fire is now 7 times the size of San Francisco.
Last time we checked it, beloved, it was 3 times. It was 3 times bigger than it was 3 times the size of San Francisco. And step number 10, displaying. So now it's 7 times. You know what the number 7 stands for? You know what to do in the live chart? Beloved brothers and sisters, it is 7 times perfection. Let's listen to this again.
1,000 hectares.
80-year-old couple out there that have worked their whole lives for a home, and we go and save it.
The bootleg fire is now 7 times the size of San Francisco. In Washington, only 3 of 10 of that state's largest wildfires are contained, as fire officials order more evacuations.
It was a little emotional having to wake a 7 and 8-year-old up and
telling them you got to leave the house.
Yeah, of course it's a little emotional. You know what? I have to check Oregon. I'm gonna check them, the local news Oregon, see what's going on over there. Yeah, a little 7-year-old, 8-year-old. Perfection and new beginning. All right then.
In California, the Beckworth fire is the state's largest, taking homes from 33 families in the small town of Doyle.
Right now there's a lot of emotion, a lot of anger.
Give them a spirit of fear. Give them a spirit of anger towards each other, because those people are pretty pissed off at the firefighters, because they're like, yo, this thing started a couple of weeks ago. It should have never reached us, but it did.
Everybody believes that the fire should never have made it this far.
Yeah.
Further west, the Dixie Fire is coming dangerously close to Paradise, a town destroyed 3 years ago by the Camp Fire.
It's just an icky feeling, because you never know. And you don't know if it's you never know.
More than 60% of the U.S. West is suffering from extreme drought, the highest rating since monitoring began 20 years ago. Scientists say human-caused climate change is producing more heat, but
this is a bunch of garbage, and this is a bunch of scumbag stuff. This is happening because of Genesis 15, verse 13. It is over, it is done, and the judgment is upon you. This is Esau's trouble. Be at peace. There will be no Jacob's trouble. Rejoice. Stay in a high vibration. Pray, fast, repent, repeat.
But no rain, the perfect combination to fuel fires. Lake Mead, which provides water to 4 states, is at its lowest level since the 1930s.
Climate change has a very strong fingerprint on exactly what we're seeing right now at Lake Mead. It has never been this low. It really, truly is unprecedented.
Officials closed the lake this weekend to boaters, citing dangerous low water levels. Everything is drying up.
It's like a stocked fireplace, tinder packed, ready to go up.
This fire season is about 6 weeks ahead of schedule, and already more land has burned than in 2020.
You heard that? And not only these things is 6 weeks ahead of schedule, but he already burned more stuff that he burned last year. And guess what, brothers? Last year, I thought that was the worst fire that I saw. I thought that was the worst fire. Entire towns are gone. And now all of a sudden, is that thing even recording? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And now they say this thing burned more land than it did in 2020. All praises to the Most High.
Worrying those on the front lines.
The vegetation around here is very, very dry, very dangerous. Any little spark can, ignite another flame and another fire. And it's
all praises to the Most High. That is the truth. Let's check the comments, see if anything usual here. It's only going to get worse. All praises to the Most High. Elijah X. Ontario wildfires are out of control and huge also. No coverage at all. I believe she met Ontario and Canada, they say yesterday. And BC that Mexico and Quebec came to help here. The whole earth is burning. Humanity is doomed. They know that, brothers. Well, Shane, I'm from Costa Rica and I live in Canada. Honestly, this is only happening from California to Canada. And summer season in the month of July, really surprising. It is. It is. It came way too early. Okay. Oh, hey, at least there is one guy here up. Oh, they are using weapon to do. Oh, what is up? High frequency active auroral research garbage program, aka weather altering machine that work on the ionosphere. The altered weather, hurricane, fire, earthquake, etc. Largest on this is in Alaska. However, they have all of them over the world. Look up more information for yourself. Use alternative browser because Google is censoring. Garbage. Those people have no power doing anything like that. Garbage. Okay. How is it possible for pine needles to remain on those trees? Because Carbodiel isn't doing this. Good old karma. All praises to the Most High. Jesus is the answer to these problems. Yeah, so all praises to the Most High, man. Let's move to the next.
And his track record goes back even.
Good evening, I'm Jim Williams. He was already on electronic monitoring. Now a 17-year-old is charged with murder in this week's attempted carjacking of a Vietnam War veteran in.
So those are the descendants of Joab, okay? The curse of Joab, all right?
Hyde Park. CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey joins us live with more on that revelation in court today. And Megan, we've also been digging into his lengthy juvenile history.
Right, Jim. We're not naming the suspect because he's still a minor, but his first interaction with the criminal justice system was at the age of 12. Now at 17, he's being held with no bond at the Cook County Jail. It's been 3 days since 73-year-old Keith Cooper lost his life in the parking lot of this Hyde Park strip mall. Prosecutors say 18-year-old Frank Harris and the 17-year-old stole his keys, punched and pushed him in an attempted carjacking that the Vietnam veteran did not survive. It was a horrific daytime crime that has shaken this entire community.
I'm not surprised. My dad was that type of guy. He touched everybody, you know, he left an impact.
Yesterday, we told you Harris was on probation for an aggravated carjacking conviction just 2 months ago. Now, we're learning his 17-year-old co-defendant had also been caught before. He'd been released on electronic monitoring for a stolen car case last year. He failed to show up in court, and a warrant was issued in December. And his track record goes back even further. When he was just 12, he was charged for unlawful possession of a gun. That same year, he had a theft case. When he was 14, he was charged with fleeing and eluding police. We learned he got probation for that one. There was the driving with a stolen motor vehicle case in 2020. And now, felony murder and aggravated battery for the death of a Vietnam veteran. This is the first time he's been charged as an adult. We learned he's in the DCFS system and he previously attended Morgan Park High School, but isn't in school right now.
This impacts all of us because all of us should feel responsible for it. But we all need to be connecting with these babies.
This case hits Marquin McDonald.
All right, yes, sir.
And his group WatchGuard Chicago hard. They've been standing guard at gas stations on the south side of the city for 26 weeks in a row, hoping to discourage carjackers.
Yes, sir.
McDonald and his team tell me they've been shaken by the growing number of juvenile suspects charged for these crimes.
Yeah.
So much so that they've started a mentoring program for 16 to 24-year-olds, hoping they can engage with kids before.
Okay, 16 to 24. That is the age of the Joabite curse, the curse of Joab, all right? All praises to the Most High. They need to repent
Good evening, I'm Jim Williams.
For what Joab did, all right?
Police in the southwest suburbs are investigating a fatal crash tonight involving one car that split in half. It happened in Hickory Hills on 89th Street near 86th Court. CBS 2's Meredith Barrick joins us live from outside the police station where tow trucks brought that car just a few hours ago. Meredith.
Jim, people who live in that neighborhood say that car must have been going at an extremely high rate of speed to hit that tree and then split into two, leaving 2 people dead and 4 others hospitalized tonight. Now, much of the street remained taped off while several investigators spent more than 5 hours at the scene reconstructing.
Now, beloved brothers and sisters, look at this, man. For those of you who've been following us or been studying with us, and you see this isn't the first time this thing happened. And when it happened, brothers, the crash is so violent that the cars are splitting in half. Do you know what kind of force it takes for a car to be splitting in half? Look.
The crash and collecting evidence. You can see the exact spot where the car made impact with the tree before it split into 2 pieces.
A tree. A Cabodio. Can you imagine this, beloved? Can you imagine the inertia? Is that what that is? Inertia? Inertia. I don't know. Did I say this right? Inertia. Define inertia.
Here's the definition of inertia: a tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged.
Okay, to remain unchanged, yeah. Can you imagine the force? Well, no, inertia is completely the opposite. What the hell, boy? If my physics professor was there, I will get beaten. Yeah, I believe the moving, there's a scientific way to say this, but when you a body in motion stays in motion. Is that what that is? Let me check. A body in motion stays in motion.
According to grc.nasa.gov, Newton's first law of motion states that a body at rest will remain at rest unless an outside force acts on it, and a body in motion at a constant velocity will remain in motion in a straight line unless acted upon by an outside force.
Exactly. So can you imagine the strength, the force, the speed, what caused this? We know it's the ley line.
One woman who lives near the crash site said she heard screeching tires and a really loud boom. She says she ran outside and called 911 immediately.
I just told them there's bodies on the ground. I saw two bodies. One was behind the vehicle that was ripped apart. One was in between, and then the passenger was okay.
That woman also says that one of the passengers inside the car told her she was 14 years old. We are still working to learn more about who else was inside that car, but neighbors tell us that officers from the Blue Island Police Department showed up shortly.
God, this, man, the car split in half, beloved. Wow.
After the crash. Now, to give you some perspective, Blue Island is a little bit more than 12 miles away from Hickory.
Beloved, every single video that we pick, brothers, it's always the Most High always put things in there for us. 12 miles away. All praises. Let's listen to this again.
Island is a little bit more than 12 miles away from Hickory Hills here. Those same neighbors also telling me that they have been calling for speed bumps to be put into their neighborhood for quite some time, asking the city to install those because of speeding. So they're hoping that maybe after this, they will hear their demands.
All right, then. 12 miles away. All praises to the Most High, man. How long we are into this thing? 47 minutes. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's move to the next.
New video this morning shows a woman vandalizing a church in Queens. Two statues which stood outside for decades have been destroyed. CBS 2's Christina Fan joins us live from outside the church in Forest Hills. Christina?
Good morning, Cindy. Police say the suspect not only knocked over the two statues, she also dragged them out onto the street and used a hammer to smash them into bits and pieces. You can see all that remains on the grass behind us, along with a sign that says, "Please pray for the person who did this." One statue was of the Blessed Mother, the other of St. Therese. And this act of vandalism happened early Saturday morning at Our Lady of Mercy Roman Catholic Church. In this surveillance video, you can see the suspect toppling them over, tossing them across 70th Avenue, even stomping on them. The church says earlier this week the same two statues were knocked over but not damaged, and it believes the same person is responsible for both incidents. Parishioners say what is particularly heartbreaking about this act is that the two statues have stood in front of the church since its opening day back in 1937.
This is the Most High mocking those people, beloved. And for those of you who follow us for a while now, you see this isn't the first time this happened. Their gods have no power. They have feet that can't walk, hand that can't touch, mouth that can't talk, ear that can't hear, eyes that can't see, and nose that can't smell. And then this fellow, I hear this woman went over there and then break them down. She actually did a great things for them. She, whatever, is that in New York? Is that what that is? Queens, yeah, in New York. So lately, a lot of those things been happening in New York. So Queens, New York, I believe. So she actually spared them whatever destruction the Most High was going to send upon them. All praises.
They are urging anyone with information to give the police a call. We're live from Forest Hills, Queens. Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.
Wow, Christina. You know, Christina, Christian. So a Christian thing. All praises, man. This is the Most High mocking those people.
But first, 3 men are dead, 2 more in critical condition at a country music festival here in Michigan. Investigators believe the men died of carbon monoxide poisoning in a trailer at a campground near the Faster Horses Festival.
The three-day music festival is taking place at the Michigan International Speedway in Woodstock Township. That's in Jackson County. Larry Spruill is there with the very latest information on the investigation.
Deputies are now investigating after 3 men were found dead inside the campgrounds here at the Faster Horses Music Festival. Many people here in town say this is just sad.
3 guys kind of had carbon monoxide inside their camper trailer.
Connie McTaggart says news about what happened here at the Faster Horses Music Festival in Woodstock Township is spreading quickly around town.
So what's going on here, and the Mosai is making it so uncomfortable for those people. Not only they can't go to the music festival and have everything as back to normal. They can't go to a baseball game. They can't go to the beach. They can't go on the cruise. They can't stay home. They can't drive. They can't go to work. They can't do anything, okay, without hearing about something bad happen. So this is the Mosai's doing.
It's just really sad, you know, that was somebody's kids.
Lenawee County Sheriff deputies tell Local 4 they got the call around 1:27 Saturday afternoon about 5 people found unresponsive at the campground at the corner of US 12 and Brooklyn Highway in Woodstock Township at the Faster Horses Music Festival. When they arrived, they found 5 men inside the travel trailer. They started CPR treatment, but 3 died at the scene.
It was just like mind-blowing because, like, again, I say I have a 22-year-old and it's like that's how old these kids are, and it's very devastating. I feel sad for the parents.
Deputies say
okay, a feeling of despair and sorrow, okay? All praises to the Most High.
a friend called 911 after not hearing from them. Deputies say the incident is being investigated as a suspected carbon monoxide exposure from a generator. Now, as for the 2 other victims, they are in critical condition.
All praises. Those people cannot enjoy anything, brethren, okay? Note to self, make sure home and motorhome have carbon detector. Truly sad and devastating. May their soul rest in peace. So sad. I had a teacher who had a family cabin. His son and 3 of his son's college buddies went up to it for a ski weekend, okay? Didn't realize the flame had blown out. All 4 died in their sleep. It was terrible, okay? Never use a generator inside of a trailer, building, a home, or any structures indoors. I left a CO detector at my mother's house last year as her whole detector was old. I installed a new one in my basement this year, and your smoke detector also do CO now. I guess that this would be highly recommended for RV. So the most I give them a spirit of fear. That's so sad. I didn't realize they were only in their 20s. All right? Okay. Okay. They are dismayed. All praises.
Right, only this morning at a Fort Lauderdale cruise, right now on the scene of a fiery crash. It happened on West Sunrise Boulevard. 1 car badly damaged, surrounded by crime scene tape. Another is in the middle of the intersection. We're working to learn exactly how many people were hurt here.
People shot outside of a party in Austin.
Yeah, that's on the city's west side. 5 of them range in age from 12 to 19. Judy Wang is live at Schroeder Hospital with the latest. Judy?
Good morning. This was the 2nd shooting in Austin this weekend with multiple victims. Among the victims brought here to Stroger Hospital overnight, 13 and 14-year-old girls who were wounded in a drive-by shooting. All of those injured were outside attending a party at about 11:40 last night.
So you got a bunch of 13, 12-year-old, 14-year-old little girl out there 11:40 partying. Okay, and there you go. Then they got shot, you know. There you go.
They were at Ohio Street and Laverne Avenue where someone started shooting from a dark-colored SUV. The youngest victim, a 12-year-old girl, was shot in the hand. Her family drove her to West Suburban Hospital. Paramedics brought 13 and 14-year-old girls shot in the buttocks to Stroger. A 19-year-old woman shot in the back is also at Stroger Hospital.
So it was like a girl party, and then somebody didn't get invited, okay? A 12-year-old got shot in the hand. You know, and then again, those people won't listen, and it's not like they are going to say, okay, well, this must have been a sign, and I need to get right with certain entity. No, man, they're gonna keep partying until the sky crack open.
At Mount Sinai Hospital, there is a 15-year-old girl who suffered a grazed wound to her head and a gunshot wound to her buttocks, and a man walked into Mount Sinai Hospital. He was treated and released.
So all those girls get shot in the hand and in the butt. Whoever did this had something in mind. Probably that person got rejected from some butt stuff that guy asked, or this woman, or, you know, certain thing related to bakery. You shoot them in their asses and in their hands.
Investigators put down nearly 30 evidence markers on the street. 24 hours earlier, there was another shooting in Austin with multiple victims. Again, a man was killed and 3 others were injured in a shooting at Lockwood and Huron. Police say 3 gunmen approached and opened fire and then took off, possibly in a gray Nissan. At least 48 people have been shot in the city since Friday evening.
48 people, okay? You know what to do. 48. You know what to do.
7 of them were minors. Now,
7 of them were perfection. All praises to the Most High. 48-7.
police have no suspects in custody for either Austin shooting and no word on a possible motive.
Of course, no words. All praises to the Most High. And again,
this evening,
for those of you who know, this is plague number 5. Okay, destruction by the sword. Also plague number 9, execution by the sword. Okay, so let us keep on moving and do this thing.
A bizarre incident at the Miami International Mall in Doral. After a man started pepper spraying or using a chemical irritant on random shoppers. Approximately 30 to 40 people impacted, having to be treated. The mall had to be evacuated as a result. Police say the man was able to get away in a yellow cab. At this point, he has not been arrested.
All praises to the Most High. Beloved, those people can't have no peace. They will have no peace. They will not have any peace whatsoever. Imagine you were in a mall, brothers. One scumbag just walk up to and pepper spray you. Random people. He just pepper spray random people. You know how that guy got out? You know how he flee? You know how he evade people? He got into a yellow cab and then he got home. All praises to the Most High. This dude got into a yellow cab. He didn't even have a car. He did all those things. They could have easily tracked him from that car. I don't know why they didn't track him. You know, he just randomly pepper spray people. All praises, man. Crazy.
Well, police say they arrested the woman yesterday accused of leaving a toddler inside.
The bootleg fire in southern Oregon, it's now over 281.
That was a horrible reporting, but all praises to the Most High, man.
As 4 to 5 miles a day.
I think
he also added the speed of the fire.
Tonight, no signs of COVID backing down. In Los Angeles County, a 700% increase in positive cases in just the last month.
Again, the number 7, number 12, you know, keep happening a lot.
As masks go back on while indoors.
I think better safe than sorry, for sure.
Former Surgeon General Jerome Adams weighing in on mask wearing, tweeting the CDC guidance was premature and wrong. He added, instead of vax it or mask it, the emerging data suggests CDC should be advising to vax it and mask it.
This is it, man. It's just... It was premature and wrong. You guys, listen, I have no comment, man. Some people are just born stupid.
In areas with rising cases and positivity. The current Surgeon General defended the CDC's decision on masks for the fully vaccinated.
They gave communities and individuals the flexibility to make decisions about what to do with masks.
Across America, cases are rising in all 50 states, some hit harder than others. Healthcare workers in Florida's Seminole County point to a deadly trend.
The death count is extremely high, 99.2%. For the individuals that are unvaccinated.
You heard that? 99.2%. That is incredibly high, man.
In Arkansas, Dr. Cam Patterson said his hospital is full and they are running out of caregivers.
Like I said before, beloved, my friend, he got hurt and he got into an accident. I need to call him again. And he went to the hospital. He says, son, I went to the hospital, man. They actually had to kick me out. they actually kicked my homie out. They treated him. They didn't even treat him in the ICU bed. They treat him right where he was, where he stand. They just bring the machine out, they scan his head, and they give him some stuff and say, get the hell out of here. And then he said the hospital is full. It was in a Gentile area. And then I would say a week ago, my daughter had a doctor appointment, and then we went there, brothers, I told you. Went to the first floor, no parking. Second floor, no parking. Third floor, no parking. Fourth floor, no parkings. We find one parkings, and the fifth floor, we quickly took it because we had the sixth floor, and that would be it. The entire hospital is full. Yet, they keep telling those people, hey, man, go ahead, party, baby, party. Open all the churches, party.
And more worries around the world. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is in quarantine after a COVID exposure.
I've been pinged. I've been asked to self-isolate by the test, trace and isolate system.
Dreadful swig Boris Johnson. I thought this guy took the vaccine. I thought he took it. This guy, they just hey, Boris, man, you gotta go ahead and say something out there. Here's the bottle. Take that swig. Now go ahead and say something. And that's what that is. Isn't UK supposed to be open July the 21st? Hang on. Let me check this. I think UK open July 21st. Is that what that is? 27th or 21st? July 19th? Okay. Is the UK in lockdown? Oh, no. Boris Johnson is taking another huge gamble by lifting lockdown in England. Some people in the UK Freedom Day means going back into lockdown. England's lift of COVID lockdown is a danger to entire world, expert one. So they lifted. They lifted, right? All right. So they lifted 2 days ago, and the 17th, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I haven't done any research on this, but let us take Boris Johnson.
After I've been in contact with somebody who has COVID.
Yeah, I've been asked to quarantine because I've been in contact with certain people. I've been pinged in my phone, and I was just at my house, and then I was drinking some type of vodka with President Vladimir Putin, and then I told him I'm a whiskey man. And then I come to find out that the professional baker that we hired, which she had the same tool that I and Vladimir has, and come to find out that she was infected with that stuff. So, and I had to quarantine and stuff. But we did do the baking stuff with her. So, you know, well, actually, she did it to us because since she has the same tools that we do have. So, yeah, excuse me. Let me put my cowboy hats on so you won't see how messed up my hair is.
This comes just hours before the UK lifts its remaining restrictions dubbed Freedom Day, meaning no more mask mandates and capacity limits on nightclubs and sporting events.
Okay, see, this is it. Now, they do those things, beloved. They lift everything, they say that so, and then they come back, they blame, I don't know, let's see. What do they have in England to blame? Oh, boy. Besides black folk, what do they have? I don't know. Driving on the left side of the street. We remarked that the people that drive on the left side of the street or the right side, I don't know what the hell, which side they drive in the UK. Let me see. I want to which side they drove in the UK. Oh, left side. Well, and they say, oh, that's the people that drive on the right side. What? What's going on here? They'll blame something weird, and then the people, yeah.
And Kathy, how are these new mask mandates being enforced?
Well, Kate, this is now in effect in Los Angeles County, and the sheriff there is saying that his deputies won't be enforcing the rules, instead asking for voluntary compliance. Kate?
Okay, that means that is if you want. So, yeah, good luck with that.
A group of Texas teens are enjoying their 15 minutes of fame.
In the initial shock, pun intended, Tomas Gomez and his friends had no idea what they captured on video. His friends wanted to leave to beat the inclement weather, but he decided to force in one more swing. It was caught on camera, leading to viral video fame.
Yeah, this is a joke to them. It's a horrible sign.
All right, let me hit this last shot. And I told her to record it. And then I swung it, and the next thing you know, the lightning's coming out of the sky, hitting the ball.
Trying to flip the camera, because my fingers are wet from the rain. And then flipped it, got it, and now we're blown up.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. You guys blowing up. Boy, you have no idea.
Just like the ball.
I mean, you know,
Isn't this
famous
incredible?
now, you know? I love it.
Blew that golf ball to bits. It's been viewed thousands and thousands of times, and of course has gone viral. According to Topgolf, everyone evacuated the facility safely, and there were no injuries.
Of course, all praises to the Most High.
We now know the name of the woman accused of setting small fires in Eugene today. She's the woman you see behind me. 35-year-old Natasha Anderson was seen throwing a tantrum as police tried to take her into custody. It all started around 2 p.m. this afternoon when police responded to reports of small brush fires on the intersection of Chad Drive and Coburg Road. Take a look at this exclusive footage we got moments before the woman was arrested. Police say Anderson tried to escape and ran down Chad Drive yelling with a baseball bat in her hand. Police eventually caught up with her, tased her, then put her in handcuffs in the middle of the road. Here's how one witness is recalling the scene.
I was getting off the highway coming back from the market downtown, and we looked to the side and the bushes were on fire. And we were a little confused on how that happened because it didn't look like a place that would catch on fire. And then when we got back to the apartment in the parking spot, we saw this woman walking down the street and she was just yelling.
All praises to the Most High, man. Give them a spirit of madness. Give them a spirit of foolishness.
And right behind her was a police cruiser following her.
Anderson is lodged at Lane County Jail and faces 1 charge of reckless burning and 1 charge of interfering with a police officer.
All praises to the Most High, man. Yeah, the angels report back to us, man. Those people are catching hell.
New tonight, we have learned a passenger flew through Atlanta with an unusual virus called monkeypox. The passenger was traveling from Nigeria to Texas and stopped in Atlanta on July 9th before continuing on to Dallas. Our Hope for joining us now live outside the CDC, the agency investigating if anyone else could have been infected here, Hope.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, monkeypox, you've probably never heard of that before. Basically, it's a relative to smallpox, and the CDC is doing contact tracing, but they believe because of an already in place COVID restriction, that might have saved others from catching the virus.
So what is monkeypox? Well, first, it can actually come from many rodents, like squirrels. The virus usually comes with mild symptoms.
Or let's say similar to a very severe case of chickenpox. But in the worst cases, about 10% of the time, it can be fatal.
The virus is rare to get, rare to die from, and rare to transmit.
The only reason why it hasn't been a problem to this point is that the virus has not ever really figured out efficient human-to-human transmission.
And what about when it does pass from human to human?
Occasionally happens, but usually it's only one set. So one person gives it to another and then it stops.
The virus can cause swollen lymph nodes, rashes, fever, and blisters, and transmits via eyes, nose, mouth, and small cuts.
Looks like something that would be blocked very well with masks.
Airports and airplanes. two areas still under strict guidelines for all passengers to wear masks at all times, which is why the CDC believes the risk of a spread from the passenger traveling through the Atlanta airport is low.
And monkeypox is not a new virus. Cases were discovered in the 70s, mainly overseas. It did come to the U.S. in 2003 with 47 cases.
Okay, so monkeypox. All praises. Didn't know about monkeypox, but anyway.
A Rhode Island police dispatcher is recovering after a lightning bolt from those storms actually struck the police station in Lincoln. The dispatcher was on the phone at the time, and it's believed the current from the lightning strike traveled right through the phone line.
Wow. All praises to the Most High, man. Like, damn. Wow.
We believe that the lightning followed the phone lines into the building. One of our dispatchers was actually on the phone at the time, and we believe that the lightning may have passed through him, or some form of electrical charge came through there and took out our radio system and some of our computers at our dispatch center.
See how the Most High easily took them out with one strike?
The dispatcher is said to be doing well, though, tonight.
See how the Most High took them out like with one strike? You know, all praises to the Most High, man. Yeah, Most High is grand.
So you heard us talk about a truck that hit a bridge in South Georgia. New at 5, take a look at this damage after a dump truck crashed into an antique shop in Fayette County. 11 Alive Sky Tracker flew over the scene just before noon on Highway 85 across from the Fayette Pavilion. We don't know what caused the driver to crash into the building, but we will keep you updated on 11alive.com.
Of course not. It's the ley line. All praises to the Most High.
Investigators in Tingsboro are trying to sort out the circumstances surrounding 2 women found dead from carbon monoxide poisoning this morning. The victims are 91 and 38, both found inside their home on Mascuppick Trail. WBZ's Tiffany Chan is in Tingsboro tonight.
They had Tingsboro fire trucks, police, ambulance. It's all blocked off.
Along with the medical examiner after 2 women were found dead inside of this Tingsboro home.
The only thing we knew is that this morning, I think it was her son came by, and that's how they found out what happened.
Firefighters arrived at this home along Mascuppick Trail at around 10:45 this morning, equipped with specialized devices that alerted them of dangerous levels of carbon monoxide.
So you've seen that now there's a fair amount of people that are no more because of this issue.
Police said they found a 91-year-old woman along with a 38-year-old woman dead inside. Neighbors were a bit worried, telling us it was the homeowner and her caretaker that were discovered this morning.
Then we saw the gas truck earlier when we came back. So they said it was just the caregiver, she was 38, and the older woman, she takes care of 91. Carbon monoxide, that's all we know. We went out and bought another carbon monoxide detector, actually, because we're a little worried.
Okay, all praises to the Most High. We have more videos, but since it's like 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to pause this. So if I find more video, I will add. Right, Emperor Miguel. What is this dude? Oh yeah, that's the guy that got shot by the shoplifter. Okay, shoplifter. So let me put this guy there. Haiti, widow of Juvenile Moise returned to Haiti after. We watched that, but it is always good to see the updates. We saw this, the Michigan stuff. 2 rescue from boat fire in Clearwater. Okay, all praises. The boats are catching on fire. Okay. Both will face charges. Tamara fire. Okay, we watch all of those things. All right then. So we're gonna come up with a couple more videos. I'm just gonna get some sleep. 2 kill and car crash and plantation. Oh, 3 months ago. Okay, so if you watch this thing that happened 3 months ago, and it's very similar to the one that happened a day ago, 2 days ago. See how the car just split up? split up, and plantation. You know, a lot of things. I'm going to take this. I think we did a video on that just to compare it. Let's see what else we have. Boris Johnson reverse he'll now isolate after COVID stuff. Okay, so he caught that. We saw this, and United Airlines gets new plane, promises 3,000. If you see anything from those guys, DW News, don't send it to me because they'll strike you. Or France News too. Okay. And let me see. New York PD searching for dirt bike rider who struck 4-year-old in Queens Park. We'll take that. Let's see. Should family or foreign ICL be able to fight? We don't care about this. Woman dead following one-way crash. We'll take that. Ley line. And family friends mourn four young people who were killed in Hickory Hills crash. Okay, we'll take that. Okay. Devastation after flooding in Europe. We'll take that. We watched it before, but it's always good to get the follow-up. Okay. Okay, we watched this 1,000 flamingo die in Turkey because of the drought. French protest wants freedom. Police say woman pulled down in station stairs. You know, New York always got some craziness going on over there. We always take that. Tamarack fire. We'll take that. Okay, there is Oregon. Let's see if we can. Oh, what is this? Nah. Woman allegedly arrested for hours. Okay. All right, there's Oregon local news. Let's see. Oregon local news. Portland. Let me see. Channel 8, I believe. What? I put the 8 there. Okay, KGW. Let's see what they have. They usually cover the fire. The bootleg fire continue to burn as cool. Yeah, they cover the fire pretty well because it's happening in Oregon. 2 people arrested following string of armed robberies in Portland. Potential official grappling with gun violence following weekend multiple shootings. So in Portland, Chicago, all those things, at least 1 killed. What is this guy did? FedEx driver arrested for trying to sexually assault a child. You don't say it. I really don't want to bring this to the family. All right. Firefighter trying to stay ahead of Southern Oregon massive bootleg fire. So basically we kind of good. Let me see what time it is. It's 2:33. I might finish this video probably after the prayer or even before that. Let me pause it at 2:33 a.m. I don't know what time I'm going to pause it, and I'll see you guys instantly. All right, well, we are back. What time is it? Today is the 19th. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if this thing is still listening. It sounds so low, but I'm gonna do it like this. So if it's too low, forgive me, beloved. All right, this is the RMG News. I don't know those people. Let me see if they will strike me first, because sometime how can breaking news footage and cable across the globe from the main street of the largest small clientele contains small trucks. Okay, those guys, they're not going to oh shit. What the hell? 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 What not going to okay, this is the fire, the flame. Okay, look at this, brothers. You know, sometimes those guys will strike you, but seems this guy, he doesn't do this. Okay, look at this. Only the Heavenly Father can do something like this. All right, look at this. Look at the fire, man, burning. All right, and the firefighters, man, this is not a healthy thing to do, man. Be in the midst of all that, you know. And then what's let me see this. Yeah, this thing is burning, man. All praises to the Most High. This is plague number 2. Number 2, fiery conflagration of the city. All praises to the Most High. Let us keep on moving.
Guys, police say the shootout happened
it's in
here
one-
at the
one
Palace Inn
side.
behind me, but the scene is much larger, stretching up and down this entire section of Antoine Drive. Police are now starting to clear the scene after being out here for more than 6 hours. They say in total 3 people were killed, including the gunman, who they believe before he died shot and killed a man and woman on the second floor balcony of this motel. Now, when police arrived, they say officers were immediately met with gunfire. In fact, they believe the gunman himself called 911, bringing them here to the scene. Police say they got that 911 call just after 11 last night. They say the caller told them he had weapons and was going to shoot someone, including police, if they responded. When officers arrived, they say that man opened fire from the balcony, hitting 2 patrol cars multiple times. Police say 3 officers returned fire. At some point, they believe the shooter went back down to his motel room. That's when those 3 officers went upstairs to check on the victims and found that man and woman dead on the balcony.
All praises to the Most High. Now, excuse me. Now you see, beloved, that this thing just happened today, a couple hours now. Let me see. One time, me and my girlfriend need a hotel room because we were having some work done at the apartment. I pull up there to get a room for the weekend, and the guy's like, "How many hours?" I said, we went to a double tree. So yeah, this is like you know, this is like a hotel, a motel where people, there are a lot of baking going on here. So something happened. Some dude went in there and then he gave a woman some popcorn. He gave a man some popcorn and he got some of that. So they shared, 3 of them gun. Okay, so all praises to the Most High. This is plague number 9. Since all of them are no longer here, it's execution by the sword. Right, so let's finish this.
They believe the gunman shot them just minutes after making that 911 call. They also found the gunman, a man in his mid-30s, dead, but they don't know yet if their bullets killed him or if he shot himself. Police don't believe the suspect and the 2 victims knew each other. They also tell us 2 other people were shot in the parking lot when the gunman started randomly firing from that balcony.
Okay, so give them a spirit of madness. So now you see, he doesn't even know those people. It's not like, oh, this. Listen, when you watch something like that, the scenario that went to her head, husband caught wife in hotel room with men, boyfriend caught girlfriend in a hotel room with another man. That's the scenario. It turned out like he doesn't even know them. They don't even know each other. And he just randomly starts shooting people. And then he called the police. He told the police that he's going to do this. Listen again.
They also tell us 2 other people were shot in the parking lot when the gunman started randomly firing from that. The gunman, a man in his mid-30s, dead, but they don't know yet if their bullets killed him or if he shot himself. Police don't believe the suspect and the 2 victims knew each other. They also tell us 2 other people were shot in the parking lot when the gunman started randomly firing from that balcony. Fortunately, those victims are expected to recover. As for a motive, police are digging into that today. They tell us they do have surveillance video of the shooting from this motel, which they'll be looking into as part of their investigation.
All praises to the Most High. All praises. You know, those things just randomly happen, beloved. They randomly happen. It's just not. It's not like something that are targeted. That's why those people can't find no peace. Is that thing even recording right now? All right. Yes, it is. Boy, that thing is recording my voice so low. All right. So, all right, like this. You know, I feel like I have to put my mouth right into this, but. You know, my neck going to be killing me, but hopefully it's recording well. It should. All praises to the Most High, beloved. This is plague number 9. Execution by the sword. They're all dead, but all praises, man. Move to the next.
Well, some family fun in La Cañada, Flintridge yesterday. A viewer spotted this mama bear and her cubs in the backyard of a house. The homeowners say the cubs were eating, sleeping, and playing, and seemed especially interested in the tetherball and the tire swing. You can see them swinging there in the backyard. How awesome!
Everybody should enjoy a little swing or two every once in a while, you know?
Okay, so this is all spiritual. This is all spiritual. Those cubs that were guarded by the mama bear are in the backyard, you know, joyful. You know, let me see how many
Ball
cubs
and the tire swing.
That's like 3 of them. Usually I see one over there. Let me see.
You can see them swinging there in the backyard. How awesome!
Everybody should enjoy a little swing or two every once in a while, you know?
Okay, so this is all spiritual. We are the cubs, and now the earthly mother gathered us, and then we are playing and we are joyful. That's why the Most High sent the Opa fish to send us a spirit of joy. So let us keep on moving.
And now to a flight fright that was all caught on camera.
Viewer video shows a fight breaking out as passengers were exiting a packed plane. Local 10's Madeline Wright is live with the details. Madeline?
Christy, Alexis, it all started as an argument that turned violent here at Miami International Airport. The woman who recorded the video says that one passenger got mad at another passenger because he felt the guy was taking too long to get his bags from the overhead compartment, and he was blocking his way as he was trying to get off the plane. She claims that the first passenger threw the first punch at the second passenger and called him the N-word. The video picks up from there.
This is great.
Passengers watched in shock as a full-on brawl broke out on a Frontier Airlines flight at Miami International Airport. Kiera Pierre-Louis, who goes by her hip-hop name Millie Miami,
oh crap, whatever,
recorded it on her cell phone.
I couldn't believe what was going on.
The chaos unfolded after the plane from Philadelphia landed around 9:30 last night.
You can see the white man on top of the black passenger and just beating him between the seats. The flight attendant got involved. The white man's wife got involved. His son, I believe his son's girlfriend. Everyone was just involved.
Several people, including a flight attendant, tried to intervene.
Sheriff, leave from the middle of that, please. Go back to the front of the aircraft and get the police. That's it.
Eventually, several people were able to pull the white guy off the black guy, while several people yelled for the two to separate.
So you see, beloved, just like something that, you know, people could have just chill and wait for the people to get out, get the bag out, but those people are so impatient. They are so impatient. He just want to wail on the dude, and then they start wailing and calling him names and stuff. There's a lawsuit there. All praises to the Most High. We don't care who those people are, but brothers, you see this a lot now. You see that when it comes to airlines, the ley line is making those people crazy. When it comes to airlines, which is ley lines, they just remove the ley, they put air. When it comes to the ley lines, those people, man, there's a lot of crazy things that are happening, man. People are fighting all the time in the airport or the plane and stuff like that.
Get out!
After the white guy left, the black guy started to go after him. But changed his mind. Pierre-Louis says the white guy was allowed to leave the plane, but the black guy was told to stay behind.
Racism, of course. The black passengers had to wait on the plane when he didn't even start it, and the police walked right past, while we were walking off the plane, walked right past the person, the white man who actually initiated everything.
All praises to the
And back live at MIA, I just got off.
Okay, this girl, you know, Pierre-Louis, what's her name again? Let me see this. Okay. Oh boy. So that's is Pierre-Louis, right? Kiara Pierre-Louis. It's just like she is, you know, she's kind of like, she's not a Levite, but yeah, those yeah, that's a Haitian woman right there. So Kiara Pierre-Louis, you know, Peter Lewis, rock and stuff. Crazy things, beloved. Crazy things. All praises to the Most High.
And we have breaking news. In the first felony sentencing from the January 6th attack on the Capitol, Paul Allard Hodgkins of Florida just sentenced to 8 months in prison. Hodgkins was seen inside the Senate chamber with a Trump flag, a rope, and goggles. NBC News correspondent Pete Williams joins us now. Pete, this rider did not assault anyone or destroy property. How do you judge his sentencing?
Well, the prosecution had asked for 18 months in prison. That was basically the sentencing guidelines here. His own lawyer said no prison time, maybe home detention. And Randolph Moss, the federal judge, sentenced him, as you said, to 8 months in prison plus 2 years of supervised release. The judge said, addressing Hodgkins in court, although you were only one member of a larger mob, you actively participated in a larger event that threatened the Capitol and democracy itself. The judge said the damage that was caused that way was beyond a several-hour delay of the vote count. It's a damage that will persist in this country for several decades.
So, you people are talking like you're going to rule this H forever, man. You guys are done. You guys are finished, After that stunt you pull over there. After that stunt you guys pull over there, you're done. Nah, those guys was doing that Trump scumbag stuff. Now, Trump is not serving 1 day in jail. Not even an hour for this thing. But yet, look at you scums, man.
Now, Hodgkins himself did address the court today, Andrea. He said that he was truly remorseful and regretful because he feared the damage that the incident has caused could hurt the country. But he said, I realize my involvement still did contribute to the greater problem that took place. So he did want to take some responsibility. This is the first, as you say, felony charge. There have been 2 other guilty pleas. They were misdemeanors. So this was, the prosecution said, use this to lay down a marker that would say you can't attack the Capitol, you can't disrupt democracy, there are going to be consequences. But I think realistically, Andrea, while this sentence is probably on the lower range of what will be the ultimate list of sentences from all these hundreds of cases involving felonies, there are many more serious sentences to come for those people who did destroy property or who did engage, among the worst charges, engage in violence.
And in terms of his own regrets or apologies,
we don't care. This guy receives a slap on the hand. He should have been in prison for life for treason, but 8 months, whatever, man.
The fire that destroyed and damaged several boats docked on Lake Arrowhead caused around $2 million worth of damage. San Bernardino County Fire Battalion Chief Mike McClintock says that the fire has been deemed suspicious in nature. They found several boats had been burglarized and vandalized near where the fire started. 7 boats were destroyed and 5 others were damaged in the fire Friday morning. Katie Johnston for CBSN, Los Angeles.
All praises to the Most High. You see how the Most High is destroying those people. Blessing. $2 million worth of damage. Well, that's what we're trying to save with the nation. $2 million. All praises. And this was a fiery conflagration of the city. So, smart.
Friends of a Rite Aid employee killed trying to stop shoplifters are mourning the loss tonight. Detectives say these 2 men seen in camera pictures wearing a gray hoodie is the shooter. They say he and another man walked into the Glacelle Park store Thursday night and tried to steal 2 cases of beer. That is when Miguel Peñalosa confronted them and was killed. Outside the store, memorial flowers and messages for the 36-year-old is growing. Friends say he was working 2 jobs to support his parents.
Wow.
There's nothing in the store that equals a human life. Whoever did this, I want you caught, and I want you to go to prison for the rest of your life. Why, man? He's a young guy. He worked 2 jobs.
So that's one of the things that a lot of people always saying, that they listen to the church say, hey, be a good boy, work 2 jobs, support your parents, and if you see anything that has nothing to do with you, be a hero and then try to cut them and things like that. It doesn't work like that, beloved brothers and sisters. Listen, this guy is 36, all right? You know what to do. This fellow, beloved, he's a young man, he's a young brother, okay, and he has no business, at least he had no business to go over there and then try to stop those people. Let me tell you something. This message is directly connected to me. 2 weeks ago, the wife and I, we went to Publix, and then we were trying to buy some stuff. And then there's a group of dude that came out. They stole some beer, and I had my camera, and I was going to take a video of them. And I'm like, nah, stay out of it. I was going to take the tag, and I'm like, nah, stay out of it. And I stay out of it. And the Most High showed me now in this video, this is what would happen to you if you did get involved. Okay, all praises to the Most High.
And Frente Peñalosa had just given his 2 weeks notice because he did not feel safe working there.
Wow.
In a statement, Rite Aid says it's, quote, shocked and saddened by the killing and is offering other workers counseling. Also, a GoFundMe site has been set up to help his family. It's already raised more than $14,000.
This is a horrible thing. This is a horrible thing, man. You know, he was working over there. He quit. He said he didn't feel safe, and then he died there. All praises to the Most High.
Martine Moïse has returned to Haiti after receiving treatment in the United States for wounds sustained during the assassination of her husband, President Jovenel Moïse, earlier this month. The interim Prime Minister, Claude Joseph, met her at the airport. It's still not clear whether he'll continue to run the country or who ordered the killing.
They cannot destabilize me. The plot is very big. There are many people involved. Do not create confusion about the clues. If you want, let them assassinate me or continue the investigation until its conclusion.
More than 20 Colombian mercenaries allegedly carried out the killing, most of whom were captured. 3 were killed.
In this integrated work, there is very important data in terms of how the homicide was carried out, and confirms that the initial meetings were held in Miami between people who worked for the CTU security service.
What you're experiencing here, it's all the machination of the Gentiles to invade the Holy Land, which the Most High will bring them there. And as you can see now, Interpol, Colombia is in there. This is some 83. Okay, all the others, they're going to be there, and then the Most High are going to bring them there and destroy them.
Colombian investigators point the finger at former Haitian government official Félix Badior, whose whereabouts are unknown. One of the few certainties in an otherwise confused picture is that the funeral for the former president will take place in the northern city of Cap-Haitien. The assassination came after weeks of rising gang violence, fed by poverty and political corruption, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. The United Nations last week delivered the first 500,000 doses so Haiti can finally begin its vaccination program.
Yes, I see that we have started well. We have made awareness work with the staff and went to the clinics to explain what the disease is and how to protect patients against it.
Officials have warned that the figure of less than 500 dead and 19,000 infected is probably underreported.
That's not true. That's not true. Let's listen to this again. Listen to this.
Than 500 dead and 19,000 infected.
So they are saying that, you know, only 500 people die ever since this thing being here, so it's underreported, and they are looking for people to blame. Like, yo, come on, man, there are more people dead on this. You guys are dying from this too, not only us. Yeah, you guys are dying. They are looking for a reason, and guess what? Once they get there, the Father gonna deal with them.
Is probably underreported, and inoculating Haiti's 11 million population will be an uphill struggle.
Of course. Do you see what's going on in the markets? If everyone goes to the public market sitting next to each other, it will be the end of Haiti. I think that we should vaccinate everyone.
Okay, so that's what they are doing. You see this place right here? See that place they are showing here? Listen.
But until that can happen, others are taking alternative measures, like the 3-day annual pilgrimage to bathe in the sacred waters at the shrine of one of Haiti's most revered saints.
So this place is a highly spiritual place. This place that you see here, these waters, that place is the energy that's coming there. It is used for the wrong thing because they're worshiping a saint over there called the Virgin. The Miracle Virgin, Vierge Miracle. it's, well, the mother of Jesus and stuff, they worship it there. But the place itself has nothing to do with any of this idol. But this is a very powerful place. This is a highly spiritual place, okay? But it is used for the wrong reason, and now you understand why Father have to clean the land, because too much abomination is going on over there.
At the shrine of one of Haiti's most revered saints, Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
Yeah, so that's what happened. Instead of they go over there to worship the Heavenly Father, they go over there to, you know, worship a saint, like a statue. So that's why things like that, you know, those people, they gotta go.
Daniel Schweimler, Al Jazeera.
Okay, so it's a very powerful place, brothers. A very powerful place. So all praises to the Most High.
And another job for Clearwater firefighters today, this time a boat fire. So this happened behind the Grand Venezia apartments in the area of US 19 and Bel Air Road. We can tell you that there were 2 people on board that boat. A Good Samaritan brought them both to shore, and they only had minor injuries.
The people can't enjoy anything. All praises to the Most High. All praises. They can't enjoy anything.
And the 13-year-old girl who was shot in Kenosha while allegedly trying to steal a car. Police said today that the young carjacking suspect will face charges in juvenile court when she gets out of the hospital. Kenosha police say the man who shot her is also facing charges of recklessly endangering safety. He is still in custody.
All praises to the Most High, beloved brothers and sisters. You see, the Most High is using the tutor to take out the tutor. This guy shot this little girl, and then both of them, they are going to go face charges, because, you know, that's how the system works.
Right now at noon, a deadly day on our roads after a crash killed 2 people.
It happened early this morning in Plantation. Local 10 News reporter Ian Margol is live at the scene with the latest. Ian.
This is an absolutely devastating crash. 2 people killed, and I want to show you just how unbelievable this scene is, right?
So this happened 3 months ago in March. March? Is that what that is? March. 4 months ago, right? This happened 4 months ago in March. It happened in Plantation. All right, we covered this. The reason why I'm bringing this down, bringing this up again, is because you see this thing keep happening in Plantation, and it's the same scenario. The cars are splitting in half. Watch this.
Here is the sedan that was involved, a Honda sedan, and as we pan over to the right slowly here, you can see how big the debris field is, and then all the way here, that is the back half of this Honda sedan that was involved in this crash. A very bad accident here on Sunrise Boulevard, right at Northwest 43rd Avenue. Sky 10 was overhead earlier. It was still dark this morning when the sedan was making a turn from the eastbound lanes on Sunrise Boulevard, either trying to make a U-turn on Sunrise or go north on 43rd. At the same time, this SUV, going at a very high rate of speed, slammed into the car, killing the 2 people inside of that Honda. The Mercedes sedan was, the Honda sedan was literally split in 2 because of the impact, and the Sunrise Boulevard has been shut down ever since from US 1 westbound to 47th Avenue.
Okay, so you see that happened like 2 months ago, and since March, and you see the same thing keep happening, and then when you check this, let me see if it was the other one that happened. It happened. There you go.
Right, only this morning at a Fort Lauderdale cruise, right now on the scene of a fiery crash. It happened on West Sunrise Boulevard. 1 car badly damaged, surrounded by crime scene tape. Another is in the middle of the intersection. We're working to learn exactly how many people were hurt.
Okay, that's another one that happened in Sunrise and stuff. Let me see which one. Oh boy. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't think, did we pass it? I think we did. We did pass it. Let me see if oh, okay. I gotta go super slow. Okay, that's the little lady. Car burns into flame in Fort-Lauderdale earlier. Let me see this one.
Excellent. Awesome. Woohoo.
That car bursting into flames after slamming into a pole. The fireball there caught on camera in Fort Lauderdale. A viewer shared this video with us showing the early morning wreck along West Sunrise Boulevard. And in this piece of video, you can see a Good Samaritan running over there, dragging what we assume and presume to be the driver, looks like the driver, out of that wreckage. And here you see the charred remains of that car. 2 trauma victims were taken to the hospital. Their conditions we're still working to learn. The crash remains under investigation.
You see, a lot of crashes are happening in Sunrise Boulevard and Plantation and Fort Lauderdale. Those people don't know what's going on. They think those things are happening because, oh, I don't know. They just happen because people are going too fast. They just happen because, I don't know, they are drunk, you know, and things like that. Let me see if I can find the other one. I cannot find it. Oh, there you go.
We're learning more about what happened moments before a man and a 3-year-old boy were killed in a fire.
As crews continue to investigate what happened here. The grandmother, her grandson James, along with her daughter's boyfriend, were the ones that died in this fiery crash early Thursday morning.
All I saw was just flames and a woman screaming.
This woman witnessed the crash and heard the screams.
So this is not normal. Those people don't know the effects of the ley line, but it is not normal. Just be aware that, you know, Fort Lauderdale, Plantation, they are under judgment. All right. I was reading somewhere they said some guy killed his wife. Which one is it? Okay. Oh. Well, good then. Yeah. Well, anyway, man, you got the view. You catch my drift.
Good evening. I'm Jessica Moore. We begin with that breaking story. It happened tonight inside Flushing Meadows Corona Park. That's where CBS 2's Andrea Grimes joins us live with the very latest. Andrea.
Well, Jessica, police say that victim, just 4 years old, is in critical condition tonight in the hospital. You can see some remnants of the crime scene behind me, the yellow police tape. Tonight, police are searching for the dirt bike rider who hit him. Let's show you some video from just a short time ago. Investigators say this happened just before 6 p.m. We're told the little boy was with his parents running in the Meadow Lake boat rental parking lot here in Flushing Meadows Corona Park when he was hit. This is right near the Van Wyck Expressway. Witnesses told police the dirt bike was speeding. One park goer told us she often sees these illegal bikes in the park.
I'm not surprised, but it is really sad. I'm not surprised though. It was bound to happen. I see it every day, and I'm just like hoping that no one gets hurt, but you know, people are not being responsible.
Yeah, you won't believe it. Down there in Florida, they call it bike life. Those guys, they will run over, but you know, they struck a 4-year-old kid. I'm not quite sure if that kid died, but ley line, all praises to the Most High.
Thank you, Japhanie. New at 5:30, a 69-year-old woman is dead after she crashed her car going the wrong way on Highway 281 this afternoon. SAPD says the woman drove north on 281, then for some reason took a U-turn on the highway as she was approaching Bassey.
So again, beloved, you see these things will keep happening. One-way crashes, okay? Okay, while sad, someone died, my prayers. Driving down 281, turn around and start driving the wrong way. What the hell? You know, drugs. And why do people buy small cars again? I'd rather do metal around me. Old people shouldn't drive at all. That's not what that is. This person did this because, boom, the ley line. She got confused.
They say she then drove south in the northbound lanes and collided head-on with a Toyota Tundra near Hildebrand. Rescue crews had to cut her out of her small car. They took her to University Hospital, where she later died from her injuries. The people in the pickup truck had minor injury.
All praises to the Most High, man. All praises.
Shock and grief in Hickory Hills, where the community is coming together for support after 4 people were killed in a crash yesterday. CBS 2's Marissa Power is live in Hickory Hills, where a vigil just wrapped up. And Marissa, you spoke with friends and family members of the victims.
Jim, it has been an emotional day here. We're told each and every single one of those 4 victims was a teenager. There have been group balloon releases, separate candlelight vigils, each and every single one of those a reminder of the sheer number of young lives lost. Deep scars left behind after a horrific crash in Hickory Hills.
It's going to be 89th Street and 85th Court. You got a car split in half.
The impact stripping the bark from the tree and killing at least 4 out of the 6 people inside the car.
Alright, so that's the one that we did yesterday, and you can see, beloved, the cars are being split in half. The forces, the power, okay, the strength, the speed, 4 people die, man.
You definitely got 2 subjects down. One's getting attended to by the FD.
At about 2:30 in the afternoon Saturday, Nathan Phillips' father was having a hard time reaching his son.
I started calling him. I'm like, well, maybe his phone's dead.
He would later be the one to tell the rest of his family that his 17-year-old son wouldn't be coming home.
They miss him dearly right now. And when we broke the news last night, it's kind of devastating.
We're told all 4 of the people who died were in their teens and grew up in the same small neighborhood.
It hurts, like real bad.
I knew Jamirio and Amarion. They were one of my closest friends. They were always full of joy and they're always full of laughter. Like they were always fun to hang out around with. Everyone knew them.
Marion and Jamario were brothers.
Really young, really like 16.
So you can see some of excuse me. So again, those things always happen, brothers. Let me enlarge this for the people to type what caught your attention on those two men that standing in front while they are no longer here. What caught your attention, your view? What make you think that, why would something like that happen to people that look like us? What did they do? What did their parents do? What kind of people they hang out with? What kind of neighborhood they stay? Who they are worshiping? What kind of thing? Why would something like that happen to them? And then the Most High will tell you, this is why. This is why this happened. You can see on this gentleman over there on the right side, I believe the older brother, you can see around his neck, there is the mark of the beast. You can see there on his neck, there is this crucifix. Okay, there is this cross over there. This says our Boja symbols. Okay, they are Christian. Young brothers, they are gone. Because their parents, these men, okay, which is their father, okay, and then this thing happened. So all praises to the Most High.
Thirst. Really young, really like 16, 17 years old.
Young friends of the 4th victim try to wrap their head around her loss.
Honestly, really sad because she could have done so much more. She was so smart and capable of so much more, but...
Okay, so those are the young women that, the pause, the exposure and things like that. That's what happened. Okay, her name was Destiny. Wow, all praises to the Most High, man.
I don't know.
A loss of potential and growing grief for the parents who loved them unconditionally.
Like everything in me wants to just lay down. I just want to cry. But I know if I do that, I'm never going to get up.
Okay, all right. So he is right about that. It's a horrible thing, brothers, but the Most High show us, the one that have the spiritual eyes, why he did this.
The cause of that crash is, of course, still under investigation. We are told by neighbors in that area. They say that speed is a frequent issue. Now, among the lingering questions here is why Blue Island police responded to the crash even though they're over 12 miles away from where it happened. We reached out to the department. We have not received a response. We also reached out to Hickory Hills Police Department. They said they're not taking any questions until the weekend is over.
This guy don't want to do their job. So all praises, 12 miles over, and then everything is around. A lot of the people that look like us, beloved, too bad. They are not us. We give the Most High praises and glory.
Tonight, as the water recedes, a clearer look at the vast devastation in Western Germany. Neighbors and strangers working together to try and clear out the debris as the trauma of the worst flooding in more than half a century starts settling in.
He was all the night calling, help, I can't swim.
12 people died at this assisted care facility.
Again, like we said, beloved, the Most High always puts something in there and saying, I am doing this on the behalf of the 12 tribes, on the behalf of the 12 nation, which is one nation. Give the Most High praises and glory. And then, in the beginning, they say 180 people, 100 survivors speak after German floods killed 180 people. You know what to do in the comment board. You know what to do in the live chart. Give the Most High praises and glory, and do your little arithmetics, addition, and all that. All praise.
Calling, help, help, I can't swim.
12 people died at this assisted care facility. Neighbors heard the cries and wanted to help, but were helpless.
They wanted to help them, but they couldn't open the windows and they couldn't open the doors because it was also inside.
So they feel helpless. Give them a spirit of helplessness. Give them a spirit of death and despair. They wanted to help, they can't help. This is all done by the Most High, man. All praises, man. The Father is not playing, beloved.
So they were trapped inside. Some 3 months worth of rain falling in just 24 hours. Streams and creeks turning into raging rivers, tearing through towns, snapping concrete walkways and bridges, collapsing homes, taking out everything in its path.
So you heard that? They, in just one day, in just 24 hours, they receive 3 months worth of rain. They receive 90 days worth of rain. This is no joke, man. The Father is not playing, man. Beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, give the Heavenly Father praises and glory because he did this.
Jurgen Lenz was trapped on the 4th floor of this building for 2 days while waiting for the waters to recede.
Was it scary?
Scary.
Residents here salvaging what they can as German police scoured the riverbanks and train tracks searching for hundreds that could still be missing. The death toll now nearing 200. Today, German Chancellor Angela Merkel toured the devastation, promising federal aid to help rebuild.
Her name is Angela? I always call her Angela, but anyway.
Residents in towns and villages like this say it could take months, even years, to recover from this massive devastation.
All praises to the Most High. All praises, beloved. Now you see the Most High put things in the videos to let us know that he is doing this, okay? All right? 180, 1 plus 8 plus 0 equal 9, destruction. Okay, my heart and prayers sent for all the victims. How incredible sad. My heart goes to the so sad, sending much love. Prayers for hero, really sad. Spirit of sadness. Oh my goodness, this surrendered very real and stuff like that. All praises, beloved. How long we are into this thing? Okay, all right, let's finish this right quick.
A woman was pulled down the steps of a subway station and seriously injured during an attempted robbery in Manhattan. Police are looking for this man, who they say tried to steal a 22-year-old man's bag yesterday morning on the stairs of the N train station at Canal Street. When the suspect yanked on the bag, he took down the 22-year-old man and a 58-year-old woman. That woman was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The suspect ran off.
All praises to the Most High. Stay out of it. New York City, crazy.
We're keeping an eye out on that tamarack fire continuing to burn in Alpine County. The fire has grown rapidly this weekend. According to the latest update from the U.S. Forest Service, more than 18,000 acres burned, and there is still no containment on this fire. At least 2 structures are destroyed. Officials are expanding evacuation orders as this fire moves north near Markleeville. Mandatory evacuation orders are now in place for Sierra Pines, Upper and Lower Manzanita, and Crystal Springs. Alpine Village, Diamond Valley Road, and Hungalalti are also under mandatory evacuations. People in Grover, Hot Springs, Shea Creek, and Markley Village and Markleyville were also told to leave. And
so the heavenly, wait, is that which cat that get in here? Kitty. I see one under the bed. Oh, she got out? Okay, all right. Well, once Yahya will come and then we'll do this. We'll go to Walmart and we're gonna go to Publix next, or
I don't know. You want to go to Publix first, or I'll go to Walmart first?
We'll go to Walmart and then after that we'll go to Publix. All right, baby. My apology. All praises to the Most High. They told those people to evacuate because, you know, leave the house now because this thing is no joke, okay? And they have so many, they have, the whole place is being destroyed, brothers, okay? Let us witness the Most High's wrath.
We find ABC 10's Luke Clary in South Lake Tahoe, close to where this fire is happening. And Luke, how is the fight against this fire going so far?
Hi, Kurt. Well, it's moved into a new phase, and if you look over here, the smoke rising from the Tamarack fire, it's kind of difficult to see where that ends.
You see, this is the problem. There's a smoke of fire, and then those people are enjoying the lake. They are out there partying. They don't care, you know, because this is a joke to them. All right.
And where this sort of haze or the clouds begin, but you can definitely smell it from here. The area is impacted, so remote, it's difficult to get a signal there, which is why we're coming to you from this location. But tonight, how hundreds of firefighters came together to save a historic mountain town from certain destruction.
And it was fire on both sides of the road and pretty intense fire.
In this video from the U.S. Forest Service, the intense Tamarack fire surrounds the small town of Markleyville.
We got everybody here to make the stand right here. So it was a really good effort.
Nate Leasing says more than 500 firefighters joined the fight from California and Nevada.
Everybody wants to try to work together to make sure that it's taken care of.
And after the worst had passed, Markleyville was still standing.
Well, it's still here, and you know it survived a possible calamity, and you know we're all thankful that it happened the way it did.
Yeah, it took 500 of you guys to do this. You know, this is a horrible thing, but hey, wow.
You know, and the effort that was made by everybody to keep it safe.
With the evacuation order still in place, it's quiet. On the other side of the hill, hotshots from Mesa, Arizona prepare a controlled burn. Structure protection efforts now shifting to other communities at risk.
Structure protection everywhere, yes.
So yeah, so when you read the title, California Wildfire, Tamarack Fire sees 7 structures destroyed. Perfection, all praises.
We move now to the wildfires here in Oregon. The largest, the Bootleg Fire, has burned about 300,000 acres in southern Oregon. New level 2 evacuations were just ordered this afternoon. Every day the firefight is a little different as crews adapt to challenging weather. Galen Etlin has our update tonight, looking at how people living there are joining firefighters.
From the sky, small planes drop fire retardant on areas that have not burned yet to help protect nearby structures. Not far away, the Bootleg Fire's growth continues.
It sounds like it's one of those things where you just have to keep plodding away.
It really is. The fire is doing what it wants to do.
Herta Zoutendijk is with the Portland area crews working the fire, which spans Klamath and Lake counties. The Weather Service says those areas are in exceptional drought, the most serious level.
Still quite dry. We're in the middle of summer and we've got a long way to go.
Trees that have burned now pose a new...
This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. This tree burning, you know, this is so spiritual.
New risk to firefighters in the field. This professional logger is cutting down large, damaged trees that can fall randomly on firefighters doing their job. The potentially deadly impact gives these trees the grim nickname, Widowmakers. Despite difficult conditions, crews have established some important perimeters to protect people living nearby. Other containment efforts are a work in progress.
Continue to prep indirect lines in case we need them to protect Summer Lake.
And it's just heartbreaking having lived here for 20 years.
Michael Mistagny is a cattle rancher with about 50,000 acres of land and hundreds of cows.
Okay, so this guy got somewhere around 50,000 acres of land, man. These Gentiles come upon our land and swagger jacked us 50,000 acres of land. And most of us, if not all of us watching this video, we don't have 1 acre of land. We don't have 1 cow. He got hundreds of them, hundreds of cows and stuff. All praises to the Most High, man.
Landowners like him have been working with firefighters to navigate terrain.
It's just so rugged up this canyon and up the creek that you can't get anywhere unless it's on foot.
Firefighters are constantly on the move through this difficult fire, so that community effort's got to make a big difference.
They give us the intel of where and what we might expect.
And with lives and animals at risk, ranchers know that help can go a long way.
You don't want it to spread through you and get on the neighbor. So their impulse is to jump in.
It has to be a partnership. You know, we have to be in this together, and we all really do have the same common goals.
So what you're seeing here, beloved, this thing is coming upon those people. You see it's coming to their, well, quote unquote, because the land is desolated to us now, it's come upon their land where they stay at, destroy their property, their animals and their stuff, their livestock, their goods. Okay, so they are not doing this. They are not using their ARP technology to burn down a bunch of places and pay somewhere around 500 firefighters to take these things out. Okay, the Heavenly Father is doing this.
And try to save and protect as much property and lives as we can.
Galen Etlin, KGW News.
Now let's get you updated on some of the other fires still burning here in Oregon. The Grandview fire northeast of Sisters in Central Oregon has burned just over 6,000 acres. It's now 43% contained. Nearly 400 homes and structures are threatened by this fire.
So yes, they are getting hit on all sides.
Crews have got the Darlene fire burning south of Lapine, 61% contained now. That's burned 680 acres. Evacuation notices for this one have been reduced to either level 2 or 1, so people can return home, but they have to be ready to leave again in case conditions change.
Okay, so that's what the Most High is doing. He's terrorizing and tenderizing them. You know, it's doing this thing, say, go, and then they go, burn a couple of cells, say, you can come back. And by the time they come back, say, no, don't come back. And now it says, oh, yeah, you can come back. When you come back, and then they say, no, go. That's what he's doing.
Change. Then there's the Brûler fire. This is burning south of Detroit. It's grown much slower, covering just...
When they say south of Detroit, Oregon has a Detroit. And somebody was trying to tell me that I was wrong when I was bringing the Detroit, and they say like, there's no wildfire in Detroit, so and they're trying to prove me that I'm wrong, and I told them, nah, man, there's a Detroit in Oregon. Forgive me, beloved brothers and sisters. I'm so sleepy. This morning I woke up so early, and then I still need to get some proper rest. But lately, man, so much is happening. So. Plus, you know, I'm doing that fasting. You know, the spirit is the strength is a little low. So that's why I sound so sleepy. All praises, man.
156 acres at this point. Crews are working to keep it at that size and have it 10% contained. A portion of the Willamette National Forest remains closed in that area. And you may still see smoke coming from the fire that started Wednesday near Highway 99E south of Oregon City. Firefighters say some of the burnt area is still smoldering, but they do have crews on site monitoring things, and they're not completely dousing all hot spots with water because they're trying to make sure the hillside stays stable.
All right, all praises to the Most High, man. The Heavenly Father is destroying this place.
It has been a violent weekend in Portland. The city is coming to grips with a shooting that killed one young woman and injured at least 6 more people downtown. And Portland's mayor says police need more help to deal with the violence. Tim Gordon has more.
Portland is trying to bounce back from civil unrest and a COVID shutdown. Next weekend, the city is hosting a reopening party at Pioneer Courthouse Square.
And the city has been really hit hard. What's encouraging is that there are people coming downtown.
Pink Martini will put on a show in Portland's living room, celebrating the city. At the same time, Mayor Ted Wheeler says gun violence continues to damage individual lives and the entire community.
And as the city continues to reopen, as people are beginning to enjoy themselves in every neighborhood, not just in the downtown area, our goal and mission continues to be making sure that we can do so safely and peacefully.
But this weekend, the mayor is acknowledging an uphill battle. The chaos of early Saturday morning was not the only violence happening, as Police Chief Chuck Lavelle pointed out Saturday afternoon.
If you go back to yesterday, we've had 11 shooting incidents resulting in 13 people injured or killed, and that's in a span of 38 hours.
Cold, hard facts to go with our summer season and with people returning to the city. According to the Portland Business Alliance, downtown visits are back to 86% of 2019 levels.
Yeah, so those people will not have peace, man. And then they are saying this. They are saying that, wait a minute, this thing, we can't have any peace here, man. A lot of things are happening. What's going on? Well, the Heavenly Father's in the midst, man.
With folks going to places like Portland's oldest restaurant, Huber's.
And there are enough people who live within the city limits, live in Northwest Portland, say, that do want to come downtown and they enjoy the city.
To try and protect downtown better, the mayor says they're looking at ways to bring more officers in from surrounding precincts. But are there enough? The police bureau is down 125 officers in the past year. Chief Lavelle put the big picture this way.
We've had many years of growth as a city and a shrinking police department.
Always put a Negro there, when things are not doing well, put the Negro there.
Frankly, I think, you can only go so long with that trend before you hit a tipping point.
It is a time of change and reforms to policing. Wheeler says accountability for that is still on, but progress, stopping the violence, is too little and too slow.
And so
No, let me correct you. It's too little, too late. All right. Let's take the next video, beloved.
It feels really pretty sad, you know what I mean? That is
Okay. Is that's the same thing in Oregon, right? Is that is?
happening right next to us, We hear the shooting and it's pretty scary.
Filiberto Saldana owns Mexican food cart La Piñata Tacos downtown on Southwest 3rd Avenue. They were serving food around 2 early Saturday morning when shots rang out.
We just hear the shooting and we didn't even have time to realize. We were like, is that shooting or what it is? And next thing we know, just people running around.
Filiberto says he stepped out of the cart and saw several people shot.
I thought it was just one guy got shot. And the next thing we know, it was like 4 or something.
And then I'm seeing people scramble and go in different directions. So I guess, my brain's still trying to catch up with what's going on.
We talked to a pair of friends who were there Saturday visiting Portland from out of town. They didn't want to be on camera, but say they were getting something to eat at one of the food carts and at first thought the gunshots were firecrackers.
But as I was turning around, I saw a guy with a gunshot in his knee. He was all bloody from his left knee onwards.
Police say 7 people were shot downtown. An 18-year-old woman died from her injuries. But that wasn't the only deadly shooting Saturday.
She was 18. You know what to do.
Police responded to 4 shootings in the span of 4 hours. One in the Park Rose neighborhood just before 6:30 a.m. was deadly. A man was shot and killed.
It's sobering to see all the gun violence that we've been experiencing here in Portland. 2 homicides from this morning are expected to be.
Again, my apology. I had a visitor.
51st homicides of the year. Most of those have been connected to gunfire.
Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle and Mayor Ted Wheeler addressed the deadly shooting Saturday afternoon.
It's pretty
Okay, we watch this.
The police chief, Amanda Poisett, is accused of driving under the influence. A state trooper pulled Chief Mary Lyons over on Saturday night after observing her car driving erratically on Route 28 in Bourne. She was arrested, booked, and released on personal recognizance. She's facing OUI charges in a marked lanes violation and is set to be arraigned in Falmouth District Court.
OUI? What is that? OUI. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that is. I know DUI, but what is OUI liquor? Operating while under the influence. So she wasn't driving, she was operating of alcohol or chemical substance. A drunk driving charge under Anchorage Municipal Code is referred to as an OUI. So that's probably in Alaska. Is that what that is? Mata Poisett. Oops. This could be in Alaska. I always said I'm going to go to Alaska to go visit, but I never did anything. No, that's Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Okay. Okay, that's Massachusetts. So, OUI. This is weird. Operating under. What's the difference between OUI? Is OUI the same as DUI? Both DUI and OUI refer to the act of driving while under the influence. So for her, they use OUI. So is that her right there? Oh, no. Let me check. I believe that's her right here. Alright, that's her. She was driving drunk. Ah, man. Crazy things. All praises. So OUI and DOI is pretty much the same. So, but they use OUI for certain people. All right, let's close with this.
3 people suffered life-threatening injuries when a deck collapsed this weekend in Westbrook, Maine. Officials say a dozen people were on it at the time. Photos show a section of that deck separated from the house. In addition to the 3 people taken to the hospital, 9 more were evaluated on scene for minor injuries. The cause of the collapse is under investigation. Fire officials say all homeowners and businesses should have their decks inspected every year and learn how to recognize possible dangers.
A dozen people got injured. Beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, let's have a little talk. We're pretty much done here. Let's see how long we are. Okay, an hour and 2 hours and 15 minutes. Beloved, forgive me. I sound asleep. That is because I'm quite sleepy. So what you saw, what you witnessed in these videos, you witnessed the Heavenly Father's wrath, you witnessed His judgment. In all those books, in all those videos, forgive me, He put His mark in there, the number 12, 9, 7, destruction, and certain things. He always put them in there and let the nation know that He is doing this, and that is why we have to give Him glory and praises. I will leave you with this, brethren. The word of the Father, the will of the Father will not come back void. All praises to the Most High. Shalom. Fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever.